So, folks ask, what's one thing they can do if they are really focused on a congressional race, but they don't live in the district? One thing that you can do, just one. Mm. What I would say is most important right now, if you don't live in the district, but you really, really want to help a candidate win, make virtual phone bank calls, send $5 or $10 to the candidate. You know, they make it so easy on ActBlue. It's addictive to contribute to candidates. Look, this is the 17th of October. This is when campaigns really need your $5 or $10, your $20 or $30. This is when it's going to go towards getting out votes in their district. And that's really the reason why I contributed to Michelle Vallejo. Look, Texas 15 has a do-nothing congresswoman at the moment by the name of Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz. The people in the 15th District of Texas, this is what they say. She's AWOL. She's not present. She's forgotten about the Pueblos, the people who live there. She went to D.C., started hanging out with lobbyists, cocktails and all. And she's forgotten about her constituents, the people who are struggling in that district. Now, how do I surmise that she's forgotten about the people in her district? Low-income, hard-working Latinas and Latino people. How do I surmise this? Well, based off of her record, Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz will talk about inflation and how it's really hurting working class communities like hers. And this is true. This is facts. But when Monica De La Cruz had a chance to do something, a tangible thing, one thing to help the people in South Texas, in her district, you know what she decided to do? She decided to vote against it. I'm talking about capping insulin at $35 a month. Do you know how many people in this district suffer from diabetes? Quite a few. And she voted against capping insulin at $35 a month. I think this is a crucial issue for this district. There are children with type 2 diabetes in her district. There are families who are struggling, working 2 or 3 jobs, low-income jobs, working as maids in hotel rooms, working as janitors in office buildings, working as fast food restaurant workers in Taco Bell, McDonald's, KFC. These are working class people with not a lot of money, and something that could have really helped them save extra money. Monica De La Cruz voted against it. And she's not really having to answer as to why she voted against capping insulin at $35 a month. A number of Republicans voted against this. And now that it's election time, they don't want to have to answer to their residents, their constituents, as to why they did this. Michelle Vallejo, she's running because she understands the people in her district. Her mother struggled with multiple sclerosis. She watched her mother be ill It's important because she's going to go to D.C. and remember what it was like in her family. And she's going to remember your family. She's going to put you first. Something that your Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz is not doing. She's not putting your district first. Let me tell you something. Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz is in D.C. getting nothing for you. Well, look here. This is how it works. They don't want really people to tell you this, but this is how it works. Each Congress member is supposed to bring back something. In a lot of cases, you're supposed to bring back multiple things for your district. Now ask yourself, if you live in McAllen, Texas, if you live in South Texas, her district, has Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz brought back anything for you? No, she hasn't. When she had a chance to do something really tangible, make a real impact in the lives of her constituents in District 15 in Texas, she chose to vote against you. She chose to spit in your face and look the other way. Michelle Vallejo has been hammering her, asking her, please debate me, because I really want to ask you to your face why you told all of your constituents in this district that capping their insulin at $35 a month was a horrible thing. Why you chose to vote against your own constituents. Paid family leave. Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz knows that passing a paid family leave plan would help working class people in South Texas right now. Not tomorrow, not the day after. It would help people right now. So why is she not on board with a paid family leave? You know, the biggest thing in this district, insulin, child care. These are all things people are talking about. Capping insulin and child care. Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz is opposed to both of those things. And she doesn't want to have to answer exactly why. Because here's my suspicious belief. Here's my assumption as to why she doesn't want to have to answer why she's taking these votes. Because there's no good answer. It really isn't. It's a no-brainer. When the vote came up to cap insulin at $35 a month, Monica De La Cruz should have been a co-sponsor of that bill. Like I said, she knows there's children in that district. Pablo, his family has to pay thousands and thousands of dollars out of pocket for insulin every month. If Pablo's family had had that bill passed, his family would be paying $35. I just want to make this clear. $35 a month. It would have been capped. Nearly every Republican, including Monica De La Cruz, your congresswoman, voted against capping your insulin at $35 a month. She's going to run and prance around the district and say, President Biden, President Biden, President Biden. But here was a chance when Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz could have done something that the president agrees with, that the Democrats agree with, that her opponent, Michelle Vallejo, agrees with. And she chose not to. She chose to ignore your concerns. She chose to forgive you. That's very important. Now look, this district is solidly Republican. Solidly Republican. And I want to commend and thank the young people in this district who are tired of being bamboozled by their congresswoman, Monica De La Cruz, who's attempting to sound like she's some type of populist hero for the working class. But then she votes for special interests. She voted to protect the pharmaceutical industry's record profits with insulin. If they had a cap, the companies would have still been making record profits. But you, as a consumer, you would have had a deal. You would have had a break. And who doesn't need a break during this high inflation? You know, that's what really is crazy. All these Republicans are running around the country talking about inflation. And I'm like, I agree with you. But what's one tangible thing? Just one. I'm asking for one tangible thing that they can do to stop inflation. When it's time to do a tangible thing, Texas, they vote the opposite way. When it was time to cap insulin at $35 a month, when it was time to help people keep more of their money in their pocket, what choice did Monica De La Cruz, your congresswoman, make? She made a choice for you to continue spending more of your hard-earned money on something that could have been reduced for you, drastically reduced. They don't care. They don't care. And what's really, really, I think, extraordinary this year in this midterm is you have two Latina women running in this district. It's a win for representation. It really is. But make sure you pick the Latina that's going to be for you and not for the corporate special interests. Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz has shown that she's for the special interests. Now we learn that the lunatic from Mar-a-Lago is coming to Texas this Saturday to campaign for Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz. Her friend is Donald Trump. It's not the people who live in her district. Certainly it's not the people who live in her district. I just want you to remember on election day, when early voting starts in the next 2 to 3 days, I want you to remember when you walk into that voting booth, insulin could have been capped at $35 a month if Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz had voted the right way. Instead, the bill narrowly went down in defeat because of Monica De La Cruz and members of the Republican caucus who ensured that your insulin prices remained high. Look, it's time to get better representation. It's time to get superb representation. It's time South Texas had a real fighter. Somebody who's going to go to D.C. and give the people of South Texas a voice. Right now, you don't have a voice. You have a congressperson, but she's not an advocate for you in that district. She's not speaking up and standing up to the special interests and saying, my district requires this because my people are here on the economic ladder in America. She's not saying that. You know, I saw a young person. He had a sign in his window. It said, Vámonos for Vallejo. Vámonos. We have to make sure, really we do, that Monica De La Cruz is not reelected. She's not getting the job done, and she's not going to get the job done, South Texas. She's determined. She's determined to be a congresswoman who represents special interests and not the interests of her constituents or her people. You know, it's a shame, but this is true. You look at the district, and now she has the gall, the nerve to come in and tell people, insult you right to your face, tell you she's going to do something about inflation. I'd ask her, Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz, is it true or not true that when you had a chance to do something about inflation, you chose to do the exact opposite of what would have been helpful to your own constituents? That's why she doesn't want to debate, because the constituents would have asked her this question. Why did you vote against capping insulin at $35 a month? People are like, this is a minor issue, it's not important. No, it's hugely important in this district. Paid family leave is hugely important in this district. Codifying Roe is hugely important. Monica De La Cruz thinks that Senator Lindsey Graham, Senator Ted Cruz should determine when women have elective surgeries on their body. South Texas, she knows better. She just doesn't care. She went to D.C. and D.C. changed her. She hangs out with all the rich guys, goes to the fancy parties, drinks expensive wine, and doesn't think about the Pablo. She doesn't think about Pablo and Gabriella, who live here, who are struggling in your district, who need assistance, who need relief. She's forgotten. Now I ask you, on November the 8th, please don't forget to participate. Just because Monica forgot you doesn't mean Michelle will. Michelle is a real one, as they used to say back in the days. Michelle Vallejo, she's going to go to D.C. and she's going to bring back what's deserved by you. You know, every constituent in this country who has a representative deserves to bring back things for their district, for their people. What I'm telling you right now is Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz is not doing her job. You go throughout her district, and the people there, they have nothing. They're really, really struggling. And Monica De La Cruz is going to blame it on the president. But in fact, when she had an opportunity, I want you really to hear this, when she had an opportunity to provide the citizens and the residents of South Texas relief, she chose to do the exact opposite. When we have an opportunity to vote, we should vote for somebody who's going to be for us in D.C., not against us. It's time to get rid of Monica De La Cruz in Texas 15. And you have a really solid replacement in Michelle Vallejo. Please vote for her. Like I said, if you want to do something really important, all you coastal elitist liberals, send Michelle Vallejo $5. Send her 10. Send her 20. Send her 50. The young people are excited about Michelle. They're excited in that district. I saw high school kids knocking on doors, making TikTok videos, sharing posts on Instagram. And I said, something is brewing here. Michelle Vallejo represents a younger generation of Latino and Latina people who are tired of getting the bare minimum, tired of the Republican Party talking about wages, talking about inflation, talking about working class issues. But then when it's time to provide workers relief, time and time again vote against providing that relief. Has your Congresswoman championed paid family leave? Do you know how many hard-working Latina women are in that district that would benefit tremendously by having a paid family leave program? Monica De La Cruz has said nothing about paid family leave. Nothing. She knows women in that district are struggling with child care costs. They can't go to work even if they wanted to, a lot of women in that district, because they simply cannot afford child care. Has Monica De La Cruz made that a point? Has she made that something that she really wants to fix? You know, a number of them, Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz, they're going around the districts and countries saying that they're problem solvers. But Michelle Vallejo is calling her out. She's like, what problem have you solved, Monica? What problem in this district have you solved for our people? And that's why she doesn't want to debate. Because she knows that she has to sit across or stand across from Michelle Vallejo, and she asks her, what real problems have you solved for our constituents, our people? She's going to say all of these fancy, highfalutin, focus group tested words. But you know what she's not going to say? She's not going to say that I voted to cap insulin at $35 a month, because she voted against it. She's not going to say I voted and I co-sponsored a bill for paid family leave, because she hasn't, and she's on record saying she'd vote against it. It's time to elect someone who's going to do something for you, who's going to give you what you deserve. That's really important. I really think Michelle Vallejo should close on that. I'm going to be a congresswoman of consequence. I'm going to, for the first time ever, get people in South Texas, in McAllen, Texas, all throughout the district. I'm going to go to D.C. and bring back and get you what you actually deserve. Because I'm here to tell you right now, South Texas, you're not even getting the bare minimum of what you deserve with Monica De La Cruz as your representative. She's not giving you jack shit. And that's not going to change. That's why she's got to bring in the lunatic from Mar-a-Lago. That's why she's got to play off all of this conservative credentials. Because you know, on close inspection, think about it like this. It's like buying a car, a used car. Upon close inspection, when you do a driving test, when you kick the tires, you start to notice that the car is a limp. Even though it looks really good from the outside, they just put a brand new polish. They chrome the rims. It looks really, really good on the outside. But the inside, the engine is bad. The transmission is going out. The brakes need fixing. This is your current Congresswoman, Monica De La Cruz. Oh yeah, from the outside she looks good. She's young. She's attractive. She says all the right things. But then, South Texas, what you have to do is examine the voting record. Has the outside exterior match the inside record in D.C.? And it hasn't. It simply has not. I'm proud to endorse Michelle Vallejo. She's a scrappy fighter. She is going to give you what you deserve in Texas 15. That hasn't happened in a long time. And that's why young people are fed up with it. Look, maybe a lot of older people in that district who have voted Republican for a long period of time, maybe they're going to find it really difficult to support a Democrat. But I just want to let you know this. If Michelle Vallejo had been your congresswoman, she would have gotten insulin capped at $35 a month. That's a fact. That's a tangible thing that Michelle would have brought back to that district. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars would have been saved by residents in that district had insulin just been capped at $35 a month. Monica De La Cruz, your congresswoman, your current congresswoman, voted against it and never explained why she was opposed to it. These are real world, tangible things that are affecting people. I want you to follow those to the polls. Thursday early voting starts. You vote for Michelle Vallejo. You vote for somebody that's one of you. Somebody that's not going to forget you when they go to D.C. First day, you get out there and you vote. Young people, you make sure that you're registered. If this is your first time voting, check your voter registration. Make sure you're registered. Early vote if you can. It's really important to get that in the bag. That way you don't have to worry on election day. Maybe you'll be driving a van, getting people who are, getting folks who are incapable of coming to the polls. Maybe you'll have to load them in a van and drive them to the polls. Do what you have to do to ensure you get adequate, proper, and really superb representation. I'm telling you right now, you're not getting good representation in South Texas. You got some of the worst representation in the nation. Nothing comes back to that district. That's a fact. Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz cannot point to any accomplishments. None. Zero. Now, if you think that that's okay for a congressman to go to D.C., work in D.C. for years, and then when the community asks, hey, what tangible things have you done for us? For that person to duck and cover and run, not debate, not show up, but still ask you to extend her contract, continue her employment. I think that's ludicrous, South Texas. And I think a lot of residents in the district think that that's ludicrous too. And I think on November the 8th, we're going to show Monica De La Cruz the door. We're going to tell her, thanks, but no thanks. We wanted our insulin capped at $35 a month. And you chose to vote with the special interests because we weren't in your interest. We want paid family leave so we can have adequate child care, affordable child care. And you refuse to even sponsor it, refuse to even support it. South Texas, it's time to show Monica De La Cruz the door. It's time to say adios, Monica. Bye-bye. It's time to send Michelle Vallejo to Congress. If you have $5, $10, please think about it and consider sending it to Michelle Vallejo It's VALLEJO. Easily search it on ActBlue. Let's get the job done. It's a shame what's happening in South Texas. It really is. If you went there, you wouldn't even know that it's America. How decimated that district is. Monica De La Cruz, your congresswoman, has been jiving. She's been shucking and jiving. And people are struggling. And they need relief and assistance. There's only one candidate in this race who's going to provide that, and that's Michelle Vallejo. Monica has had her time, and she's failed you. She's failed you miserably. It's time to say adios to Monica. Now go off Romano's and get ready to vote for Michelle. Put the signs out everywhere. Knock on those doors. Text your friends. Check your registration. And early vote. I'm really pushing it. Early vote. Get it done. Because you don't know what's going to happen on election day. I know there's a lot of traditionalists. People that just love voting on the day of the election. That's fine. But I encourage all you young first-time voters, go and do it early. That way, if there's any problem with your registration, you can get it corrected before election day. Look, this is monumental for the Latino and Latina communities, for the Latinx communities. This is monumental. This is about having adequate representation, as opposed to just somebody with a Spanish surname who's gone to D.C. and goes to all the fancy parties, hangs out with all the rich dudes, and drinks expensive champagne. She forgot about all the children in her district that have type 2 diabetes that could have really been helped by capping their insulin at $35 a month. While they suffer, she's off gallivanting and enjoying herself. Michelle Vallejo won't forget you. She can't. It's like family. She saw and watched her mom. She's seen and watched people in that district struggle. And she stands ready, able, and willing to assist you. You just have to close out the deal, South Texas. And I feel confident you will. For those of you who want to help, go on to ActBlue. Send Michelle $5, $10, $15, $20 today. She needs the money today. Pronto. This money is going to go towards getting out the vote. That has to happen starting now. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. This is what needs to be done. So let's all chip in and do it. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to assist this district because it's been neglected by Republicans historically. They talk about taking the Hispanic vote for granted. But look at what they've done in a heavily Hispanic district, heavily Hispanic community. They provided you nothing. She doesn't even get the bare minimum, your congresswoman, of what you could get. She gives you nothing. And then she comes around during election time with a pretty face, and she just assumes that you'll vote for her because she has an R by her name. Well, I'm telling you, the kids are on to this. The kids in that district, the young people in that district, are solidly behind Michelle Vallejo. Help them out. Give them what they need. I contributed $25. I'm going to contribute much more, much more. The exploitation of that community needs to stop. And it will if they have really good representation. Right now they have really awful representation. But in a couple of weeks, they're going to vote for really superb representation. They're going to vote for Michelle Vallejo. And we're going to say adios to Monica. Thank you, South Texas. You're doing great. I really like the organizing that's happening. The high school kids. You can't put a price tag on that. To have high school kids be involved after school, walking their community, knocking on doors, reminding people of why it's important to vote. To have Michelle Vallejo in the community, talking with people, at restaurants, at cafes, at the farmers markets. That's important. That's the work of a representative. That's all the things that Monica De La Cruz, your current congresswoman, is not doing, has not done, and has no intentions. This is very important. She has no intentions of doing it. She left you behind. She forgot about you. Now it's time to have somebody who's going to remember you, fight for you, and get you what you deserve, South Texas. I humbly ask that you vote for Michelle Vallejo to be your next congresswoman from the District of Texas 15.